Anyway, let's introduce Brian Quinlan. He's going to teach us about how to get rid of bed bugs. So let's give him a warm Regular Dayton Rio welcome.
I can usually boom it out anyway. Some of you new members don't know me, some of you old members know me forever. Yeah, I heard that. I mouthed that, or I read your lips. I'm a long-term member. I come to all the meetings. I come early, I stay late when I can, and try to help out. For you new people, I was just telling somebody the secrets that I've found to be a successful member. Before I get into the bed bugs too much, you know, I help out when I can with I would always go to the board meetings, and then they would ask me, "What do you invite you here?" And I'm like, "Well, you said that I could come to the board meetings, and it's part of my dues, and I want to get as much as I can out of it." You know, the typical investor want to squeeze everything out of every dollar. And I started making friends with the board members. And then some of those board members are incredibly wealthy today. And I was telling him that I don't even go to a bank for money. I just call one of my old friends. You know, I need $80,000 to buy this house. Okay, stop over and pick up a check. There's not 12 forms to fill out because I've made friends, long-term friends. And, you know, it's the trust. In here, it's the trust thing. It's not like going to a bank and doing all that. But I got into bugs probably, well, let's see, probably 18 years ago, maybe 20. I bought a 4-unit and I moved in there. And within a year, one of my lovely tenants brought roaches into the building. And it's like, I don't do roaches. So one of the girl's boyfriends worked for one of the most popular companies for pest control in the city, and I paid them to come out and treat the whole building because nobody else wanted to pay for it. But I'm not living with roaches. So they treated the building, and then a few weeks later I called up and said, "Hey, I've still got some. Can you guys come back and treat?" And they're like, "You're going to have to learn to live with some." And that pissed me off. Like, no, I'm not. I'm not living with roaches. So I started checking around, and then I ended up getting my license and started taking classes and going. And in, I think 2 weeks. The 1st of November, I'll be going down to UK for another 3-day classes on, and it's not just bed bugs, but UK is really focused on that. So the best research is coming out of there, and then there's, at Ohio State, there's Dr. Susan Jones that is doing a lot on it too. So I'm always listening to them and getting in on it. But I don't like roaches, I don't like bed bugs. Any bugs out of the house are great. Inside the house, they're dead. They ain't paying, they ain't staying. You know? So I started doing that, and then we started getting more rentals. And I was just doing my own, and it was a selling thing. Tenants would say, "Well, we got roaches," and it's like, "Well, you won't have any pests. Come stay in my apartments. As long as you let me know, there won't be pests, roaches, spiders, bed bugs." Well, back then there was no bed bugs, but mice or anything. So it led into that, and then the outbreak hit about 12 years ago here, and it started coming on, and there was one chemical that was available, and after 2 years, I found out that it quit working because I always take samples when I do. If I go to your place and start treating for bed bugs, I'll try to take some of the bugs as a sample, and then I test the chemicals I'm using that day on to make sure that it still works. Because what I used 12 years ago quit working 10 years ago, and last year I went to somebody's house that a GD member owned, and the tenant had paid a company in Dayton, a real small one, to treat their place, and that guy used what quit working 10 years ago. But